Okay. Okay, when you think about the first time we met, what do you remember feeling?
Oh, I was so nervous. So nervous because, you know, Steven has talked so much about you and entering a relationship and having more relationship or, you know, knowing him for a week long before meeting you. It was really nervous, especially because you knew my older siblings and you knew the crowd of people that I grew up with. And I don't know, I was just really nervous.
Yeah. I felt butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How do you describe our relationship to others?
The best relationship you can have.
Yeah.
If someone asks how it is, I say I get the best of both worlds in one tied up relationship.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like double the love, double the affection, double everything. So I think it's, I don't know, it's amazing.
Well, that's good.
When do you feel people judge us and why do you think they do?
I feel like people judge us because we're females in a poly relationship. I feel like they think we're just trying to please Steven without taking our feelings into consideration. And that kind of sucks because it's like us both being bisexual or pansexual or whatever, it's like it hurts my feelings because it's like, all right, how do you know that this isn't what I want? Why are you taking the man's word? It's like we're both female, like he talks to us and asks us what we want too. You know, it's not like this is anything we stepped into without knowing what we were doing. So that kind of sucks because it's like so many people judge us for that. And it doesn't make me uncomfortable because I don't care. But at the same time, it's like, hey, like open your minds up a little, you know?
Yeah, I think the one problem we always face, it's always about sex, which it's not at all. So I think that's when they judge us the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they think we're like sick people or something.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what's out there. Okay. How has your life changed since we first met?
Well then, my life has changed a lot. Before we met, I think meeting you was like being able to officially say like, no, I totally like girls.
Yeah.
And meeting you was the first time I went public. And it was the first time I had people judge me and the first time people like got in my business and my relationship and had to say something negative. So like, it was a big growing up process for me of being like, fuck you guys, I don't care what you have to say.
Yeah.
So that was different. Like I really had this like, okay, I'm gonna please myself mentality once I met you and we became public and stuff.
Yeah, it was hard at first. Like I was hesitant because I didn't want to overstep your boundary.
Yeah, no, it was hard. I think more because of like my background and like growing up and being from such religious background, that's why it made it harder. But I think the one thing that you changed was that like I stopped caring so much what people have to say.
Yeah. The moment I felt like I could trust you was when you finally said like, fuck my friends, I don't care what they have to say. Like it used to make me really nervous that like they made such a big impact in your life and they didn't agree with our relationship because I felt like they would kind of talk you out of it. So it kind of made me hesitant to like be open to you because I was like, oh my God, I don't know if this is what she really wants. Like, does she really love me? Like, is she gay? Like, I don't know. So like the moment you were finally like, I don't care about their opinion. I still love them. But it's like, I'm not going to let them affect our relationship. Finally made me like comfortable enough to feel secure in the relationship.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was concerned before. Not anymore.
I was too.
What do I do that turns you on that I am not aware of?
I think, I mean, this isn't really like more of a sexual thing, but like when you start like rubbing my back, if we're like laying down and you come to cuddle me, because then eventually it does lead to sexual things.
Yes.
But it's like, that just makes me feel, I don't know, like I'm not an affectionate person, but it's like that little thing of affectionate of just like touching me makes me feel good.
Good to know. it's so, you're so like not like you don't show your emotions so often, so it's like, and you're not affectionate, so I'm like, let me just come over here a little bit.
I know. What do you think is the hardest thing for me about being in a polyamorous relationship?
I think the hardest thing for you is juggling both me and Steven at the same time. Because we are both very like, you're very quiet and you tend to, like even when we argue, you want to talk about things like after. Versus me and him, it's like, nope, let's get this over right now. Like, we want to talk about it right now. Like, what happened? And you're just like, nope, leave me alone. I don't want to see you guys.
Yeah, let me breathe for a second.
I think so. I think that's the hardest part for you is like, even when you came in, it's like getting to know both emotions, but like the dynamic of our relationship.
Yeah, because like you and Steven are different people. So it's like, Steven communicates with tough love. And it's like you communicate and like softer, like you actually try to like sit there and understand. Steven just tries to like tell me, it's like, no, this is how it is. It's like, well, let me talk. So it's like, that's definitely a little tougher for me.
I think so. What is our greatest misunderstanding and what can we do to overcome it? So
I don't know, because we communicate a lot. So it's like, that was mostly in the beginning of the relationship, where it's like we were hesitant to be more affectionate with each other because we didn't know what each other wanted. So we had a big misunderstanding there because we didn't know each other's love language yet.
True.
Yeah, so I think that's what kind of postponed us getting even closer in the beginning of the relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, but us spending more time together and taking vacations together and like just kind of getting away from everything and having to communicate, being in a room, helped us a lot.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think because in the beginning, like I was still like being able to accept that I was finally being able to like, okay, I could do this, you know, it's okay. Because I judged kind of myself, I think that's where like I kind of put up a wall. But after we spoke and we kept talking and going on dates and after we took our vacation, then that all went away.
Yeah, I think that definitely helped. Because I was so nervous because it's like, Steven told me like the girls that you guys been with and I'm like, okay, like that makes me a little nervous because it's like I don't know these girls, so I don't know what you guys like I don't know how to fit.
But that's with any relationship, it's like a discovery.
Yeah.
So
that's just something over time that gets better. How would our relationship be different if it was just us?
Oh. We would have less crazy sex. It would be more vanilla, I think.
No, not that bad.
I think so. I mean, we would still do, like, I think we would still vacation because I love that so much.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, Steven brings out, like, the crazy in both of us. Oh, the crazy, like, adventurous, fun side. I think that's why we complete each other so much.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're both, like, mellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I'm too scared to do crazy things. Like, I get nervous.
I think so.
I don't think it'll just be a little tougher because it's like, me and you think a lot differently than he does. So it's like, me and you would be taking, like, a lot more different steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd probably be watching a lot more movies than going out.
Yeah.
Yeah. When is the last time you considered ending this relationship and why didn't you?
The last time I officially thought of ending it was that night at the bar. Was just because you and Steven...
The night your car broke?
Yeah. Oh. You and Steven, like, are a little overwhelming. Like, it's not a bad way. Like, you guys push me, so that's a good thing. It's just that I was always used to doing things, like, my controlling side. It's like, I need to do the things the way I want, how I want, when I want to do it. So it was hard to have, like, not only another person, but, or another person in my life, but two people, like, at once, like, talking to me. It was a little hard. So at first, like around that time, I was like, I don't know if this is like what I really want. I was like, this is tougher than I thought, you know, because it's just so much more emotions.
Yeah.
And having to be so vulnerable. But I decided not to, because I was like, you know what, like I never had this amount of love like in my life and people that actually cared about me. So I'm like, oh my God, am I throwing this all away? Am I stupid? Like, am I just overthinking the situation more just because I can't communicate properly with them, you know?
Oh, you love us.
I know I don't show it sometimes, but if this were to be our last conversation, what is something you never want me to forget?
It can't be two. I have to say, it's like, it can't be only one thing. I'd say all of our adventures, and how much like we grew through them. Like with every conversation we had, we always grew. Everywhere we went, like all the food, like just every adventure that we took together.
Yeah.
I kind of think would be something I'd never want you to forget.
I feel like it'd definitely be hard for me to forget.
Yeah.
Especially because like we're already like a year into the relationship. And it's like, even though I dated a guy for 5 years, it was like, that wasn't a serious adult relationship. You know, like this is my first serious one, and now it's like with a man and a woman. It's like, that's already gonna be tough.
I think I'd want you to remember all the adventures because that's where we had the most fun.
Yeah.
And
definitely helped me
the
grow
most
more.
growth and everything like that. Versus like why remember anything negative?
Yeah.
Right?
I know, that's true.
So, what made you love me?
I think it's just really the kind of person that you are. Like you push yourself so much, not only like to do something to get something done, but to get like your point across. It made me kind of look up to you a little more. Cause it's kind of just like we were saying in the car earlier, like I can say I'm gonna do something, but I'll postpone it. And like in the beginning of the relationship, you would always say something. I'm like, wow, she's actually doing it on the time she said she was. I'm like, that's great. Like it made me see you like such a powerful woman, you know? And it sucks because so many people say that like you're always behind Steven and you're always following Steven, but it's like, they don't notice the things that you do. They don't notice the things, how you help him for him to do those things, you know? So I think that's what made me realize that. Who am I in your life?
My confidant.
Definitely.
I don't know, you became like my best friend. I'm a caregiver, like I always take care of you guys, but I felt like so loved when you did the same for me. And like when we were in Paris and I was in the hospital and you tried to do everything to like take care of me, or when I'm sick and you made me soup and stuff like that. So, I mean, you're like the one person I can trust with everything.
Yeah.
I feel so safe with you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because I'm so little, so it's like for you to feel safe makes me feel
My heart is safe.
Yeah.
I feel like I could protect you if something happens, but my heart and like my mind, it's good to talk sometimes. Like even when I have a really long day, like I'll call you on my way home and it's just like, she's there.
Yeah, even though I don't like phone calls, it's like I know you like it.
But I know you do it for me, so it makes it like awesome because texting would never work.
Yeah.
So I think I love that. Like we could talk about anything, and even though you hate the phone, like you'll just stay there with me until I get to my destination. So, yeah.
That's good.
Hey everyone, if you like the conversation that was sparked using our questions, try it out for yourself. We have a relationship card game deck for every relationship in your life. I can't hold them all because we have more than I have hands for. So go to theskindeep.com/shop if you want to check it out, and thanks for watching.